Yep, it's finally happening. Turtle approved. Hey everyone, hope you can hear me right. Yeah, I've been pushing back this stream for too long. Um, yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right tonight. Finally decided to kick myself in the butt and do this because I keep always getting like super nervous about streaming, even though I shouldn't be. Let's see who we got. Boats Can Fly. Hey, how are you doing? Uh, BioWars Banjo version. Okay. Turtle approved. JF, hey, how's it going? Mike Sigma, Gridman. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I really need to actually do something a little different. I don't know why I look so bright right now that it doesn't really matter. Um, anyway, hope everyone's doing good tonight, this Saturday night. This is going to be sort of a short stream. I am really tired, but I'm going to be on for at least an hour. If anyone wants to ask questions, say anything, I'll be paying attention to chat, and just talking about some cosplay stuff, and probably trying to do a little cosplay, something. I've had some trouble trying to figure out how to set up the camera system and everything so that I can actually get what's happening while I'm doing it and not, like constantly hitting things. I'm not sure if my setup right now is really good to do all that stuff, so we'll see. But at the very least, I can just go over this stuff, because honestly, right now what I'm hoping to do is to put a bunch of this stuff together, have this stuff like recorded while I'm doing a bunch of this cosplay stuff, and eventually have everything so that I can cut it up and put this into a big long video way later, because I really want to get this cosplay done by hopefully next G-Fest, 2022. And hopefully I can. I mean, I think I can get it done. It's just whether or not can I stick to my some goals and everything, to a schedule. So who is Professor Kaiju? Toku Punk, I ask myself that a lot. I don't know. Some days I don't know who Professor Kaiju is. Yeah, I've heard of him, but no one ever really seems to see him anymore. Mike Sigma, I don't know. JF, I've been watching a lot of Ultraman lately. I'm really I've actually been just like getting back into anime a little bit more, just in general. I've watched a few movies recently, but I really need to get back into watching some different toku, and I was watching Nexus, and I need to finish Nexus because I think I'm like 2/3 through it, and I don't know why I stopped. It was good. I really enjoyed it. And I know it's like one of those series that people put like way, way up there. So I really want to get back into that. Finish that. And then I don't know where to go from that. Because I still need to finish the first series. God. I'm just having trouble getting into Ultraman. Like, I've seen stuff from it that looks really interesting, but just it's really hard to I don't know, it's just really hard to like get into it for me. I think honestly, I just have a problem with Ultraman's design. Like, no offense, like a lot of times I'm you know, it's like they just, a lot of them look the same to me. Like, I know there's differences. I know there's a lot of variations and everything, but like when I look at a lot of them together, he doesn't. A lot of them don't have the most appealing design to me. Like, I've watched definitely more Kamen Rider than I have for Ultraman, and there's definitely a lot of Kamen Rider designs I'm not a fan of, but I don't know. Like, I'm just slightly more interested in those than Ultraman. And I really hate that because I know Ultraman has like a lot of good stuff in it, and I want to watch it. Seeing some of the kaiju designs and everything from it, and just some like the craziness from it, I really do want to get more into and give it a bigger try. But it's just, I don't know. It's sometimes hard for me to get into different series. It's sometimes hard for me to get in a headspace. Just recently, I was able to watch several movies back to back, which I haven't done in a long time. And like, I'm trying to like see maybe if I can just push myself to watch more stuff. Um, Me too. Same. I learned that the hard way last year. Okay. Yeah. You mean like scheduling and stuff like that? Yeah. Last night was great. I heard the Toku channel gave Ultraman Max an English dub. I've only been able to find the Antler episode. Okay. Yeah, I have I've had some. Well, I mean, like they've Super Riot. Like no, sorry. Mill Creek. No, not Mill Creek. I can't remember the name the name of the company putting out all the Ultraman Blu-rays, even though I own like 8 different series. But the Blu-rays they've been putting out, like they seem to be like really, on the ball with them. So, and for the most part, getting like a season of Ultraman for like $20 or 25 is pretty good. Like I'll definitely be buying more in the future, but like I haven't been keeping up. I bought like the first, I want to say like 9 or 10 different series that they had put out. But yeah, but it's just like trying to figure out like which ones I'm actually interested in watching. Let me see. They showed Ultra Galaxy. I keep hearing about Ultra Galaxy. Is that like the movie crossover sort of thing? Don't watch dub. Okay. Dub stinky. Okay. I've been for a long time like one of those sub purist people, and it kind of changed with Gridman, like, and it was like unintentional. I was at a convention and they were showing a few episodes like a couple years ago, and I had a couple friends who hadn't seen SSS Gridman, and then I was just like, hey, maybe you'd want to watch this since I'm, everyone knows I'm completely nuts for it. And it was in dub, and I didn't think about that it might be in dub. And for the longest time, like, I've always had trouble watching, like, dubs for even anime, and I don't know, it kind of reminded me that, like, they can be good. They can be good. There was something that someone said about, like, when you're watching something that's in a different language, it's easier to kind of, like, disconnect from what they're saying. Like, it's harder sometimes. It sounds worse to you when you can actually hear it in your language and you know what they're saying, as opposed to like when it's a different language and there's like some type of like disconnect, so you don't feel like it's as bad because you're just reading it and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds fine. But like when you actually hear someone say it, it might sound like weird or off to you or something. Let's see. All right, I know I've missed a ton of stuff. My all-time favorite tokusatsu. Oh crap. Was that talking about Kamen Rider? I'm not sure. Or Nexus. We were talking about that was Nexus. I'm still gonna. Okay. Watch Return of Ultraman and Gaia. Okay. And Z and Orber. Okay. I think all of those I've heard thrown around on Twitter and everything when people have talked about Ultraman. The Ultraman suits are my least favorite toku suits. Monstrously bad take. I'm sorry. I know. I just see the silver and red over and over again, and then then I saw silver and blue, and I was like, okay. And then I see a lot of other silver and blue, and then I see silver, blue, and red, and some gold. I know. Maybe if I watch some of the series, it won't feel like that, once I'm able to actually distinguish them, because like I look at them and I'm like, I can, jokes aside, like I can tell differences in the suits and everything, but if you have a bunch of them next to each other, it's hard for me to differentiate. That's one thing I'd say with like Kamen Rider, is that I just feel like a lot of the suits have enough variation and enough like stylistic differences that for the most part, they do feel like different suits. Definitely not all of them, but, you know. And then some of them are way too stylized, and I'm really not a fan of those. Some of those. They never really excite me. Same, pretty much only watch Kamen Rider. Okay. Modern Rider is better than Modern Ultra, but Showa Ultra is better than Showa Rider. Ah, okay. If you like Gridman, watch Tiga Dyna Gaia. The kaiju are designed by the same person who designed the SSSS. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but like I know who you're talking about. Okay, awesome. And those are, I think, like, honestly, Tiga Dyna Gaia, I always hear as, like, recommendations. And I've definitely heard recommendations for, like, Orb. Cool. Okay, it was Mill Creek. Okay. For some reason, I thought, like, Mill Creek... I knew Mill Creek did... I thought Mill Creek had done one. And then I thought maybe it switched companies. It was Mill Creek again. Okay. DVDs are also coming out for TDG. I don't know which one that is. Mill Creek went downhill with Gridman. Oh god, I was gonna do a live stream like last month or whatever about the Mill Creek release because I got it, and then I was gonna do like a little goofy short video about it, and I just didn't feel like it. I feel so torn on that whole thing because I hate the fact that the differences that they had like said that they were going to do with the Blu-ray release was just it wasn't really like, it was like there were some differences, there were some cleanups, there were some like that were definitely better, but like overall it was like 90% the same subs. And it's really annoying to me. Like, I think the subs, like when I first watched it, I can't remember if I watched it on the Toku Amazon channel thing or... Yeah, I think I did watch it through. I think I started watching it on YouTube, but then I saw that, and I already have Amazon Prime, so I thought, okay, the picture quality was like 10% better on Amazon as opposed to YouTube, but like those subs, they're horrible, but they also make it a little bit more entertaining. Like, you can get the gist of what they're trying to say. It's not like it's incomprehensible. But, like, the fact that they say, like, Jesus Christ all the time. And, like, there was one line where, like, I think, like, the little brother had said, like, this is some bullshit or something. Like, it's funny. But, like, I know a lot of people who, when they heard that they were going to do different subs, were looking forward to that. Because they wanted to watch it and hear it and see it, like, in a competent, you know, version of it. And I get that, because I also wanted to see that. Like, just, you know, and then some people decide not to get it because turns out the subs aren't that great. And that hurts me because, like, I really like that series. I know it's not, like, top tier tokusatsu or whatever, but I think for what it is, it's very competent, the show, the suits, the sets, and everything. I really like the designs of all the creatures, and, like, that probably is partial nostalgia from the American show, but I don't know, like, I just wanted to have more people see it because I know, like, Gridman is just, it was just a one season toku, you know, before, and the anime kind of revived it, you know, and I'm like, you know, more people get to see it, more people get to experience it, you know, I know not everyone's gonna like it, but, you know, maybe some people will be like, oh, you know, this is pretty fun, you know, and then, like, just got ruined for so many people. And honestly, like, I find it, like, as, like, kind of false advertising if you're gonna say that, because I know it was a screenshot from, like, on Facebook, but if you're gonna say and spout out that these are gonna be completely new subtitles, and you say that your people have been working on them for an extensive amount of time, and then you end up not, you know, doing that, like, you just clean up, like, 10% of the subs, it's like, that's like false advertising, guys. Like, that's a little shitty. Like, honestly, that's pretty shitty to me. Not trying to be like a fucking butthurt fan about it, but, like, I mean, I am kind of a butthurt fan about it because it's like, plus, like legitimately, they lost sales on that. Like, I know that for sure. I'm not sure how many. I'm not saying like they lost like a ton of sales. Like, oh, you just lost like thousands of dollars, but like, it's already a niche series, and that stuff is going to be spread by word of mouth, you know, within, like, the Toku Kaiju community. And when you start seeing people say stuff like, hey, yeah, these subs are still shit, then, you know, you're probably going to get not... Your sales are going to go down to some extent. And I'm not sure how great they were going to be in the first place. Anyway, I've rambled on too much about that. Like, let's see. Yeah, they used the Toku HD subs, yep. Mega Monster Battles purely Kaiju on Kaiju action. Okay, that sounds fun. Toku HD is horrible Toku. Yes. I haven't watched any of their other stuff other than the Gridman. And yeah, I saw the Honshin instead of Henshin. That's like pure gold to me. Like, you know, terrible if someone who's never seen the show comes in and think that's what they're saying, but like just when I saw the screenshot for that, I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. And gay instead of guy. Oh, Lord. It was Nexus. Okay, I'm not sure what that's in reference to anymore. Ultraman suits all look the same, but I love them all. Yeah, I love the rider suits way more than the Ultra suits. I think there's something aesthetic about the rider suits. Like, the Ultraman suits, though, they're supposed to be aliens. Like, I know that, so that might be why it's a little weirder to me. Like, where the riders are literally supposed to be, like, masked heroes. So their suits look like suits put on someone, like some type of like battle ready suit to fight like the bad guys, where the Ultraman suits are supposed to be like, like them. These, as far as I know, like, that's Ultraman. He doesn't have a penis or anything. That's just how they are, you know. I'm like, okay. They look much more unique. Yeah, I feel that way. Unique isn't always good. Sometimes less is more. That's true. That's how I feel about, go back to it, Gridman. In one of the booklets, in one of the things I have for like some of the behind the scenes stuff, there's some like design aspects for when they're doing Quadruple S Gridman. And one of the previous designs that they were going to go with, like, you know, the concepts, I actually preferred more for the anime than the one that they went with. And it had distinctively, like, less design to it. Like, there was less lines, there was less details on it. Because I feel like the anime suit that they went with, to me, it feels too busy. It feels like there's too much on it. And I think, like, again, like, I know it's like gonna be like half nostalgia or whatever, but like that's kind of like why I like the original Gridman suit, is because like it's got some extra details and stuff going on. Like, he looks like he's got like some upper armor bits and everything, but then there's also like, it's not everywhere, it's not like overdone. I feel like there's like a fair balance between having some extra aesthetics to him and then having some more basic like designs, like making it look like he has these like knee-high boot things and whatever, and some like extra like little ab bits and stuff like that around like his abdomen and on some of the legs, but there's not like this excess of like armor and stuff. Build was the last good writer show. Again, I have seen a lot of people talk about Build, and that's a really good series. Agreed, Build was a masterpiece, and then Zio came. From all the stuff I hear like the common writer side of Toku. I'll see them, Twitter, just, it's like this constant back and forth on, oh, yeah, this writer was pretty good, and then I'll see someone else say, oh my god, this like killed common writer. I'm like, oh, jeez. I thought the Godzilla side of things was pretty divided on everything. Amazon Writers is the only good show. I've also heard about that one being really good. Reiwa Common Writer sucks. Gonna put this out there. Mill Creek never promised that they were going to resub the show. Some guy who didn't even work for... What? That... Okay. I fucking hate that. Because every time I saw that screenshot, everyone acted like that was real. I thought that was a guy who worked for... Okay. If that's the case, and it was some guy who did not work for Mill Creek, then... Shit, man. I guess it wasn't false advertising then, I guess. Like... Who the fuck said that? Like, I need to find that screenshot and, like, yell at that guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you go... Well, I fell for it. I fell for, fake news. Great. I'm actually kind of happy to hear that, though, because, like, I have been really pissed off about that. And if they really never promised to change anything, then... I mean, like, other than that, like, the quality, the transfer quality and everything is really nice. Like, everything looks so good, and I've still been meaning to, I've been meaning to, like, rip those when I get a chance. God. That really fucking sucks. Oh, well. Differences... The text isn't yellow anymore. Yeah, you know what? And that's really dumb, too, because yellow text was actually easier to read. Like legitimately, there's some scenes where the white text just... It's actually harder to read in some spots, so... Go figure. I didn't like Amazon writers. Okay. Cope. Cringe. Okay, guys. Alright. It was boring, tried hard to be edgy, and went way too on with the gore crap. Okay. And then Amazon's was good. Jin is huge, Chad. I'm assuming that's Amazon writers. Did you even watch Amazon's? Oh, God. It's also made to be that way. Okay. I like adult toku when it's good, like Nexus. Mill Creek never said that they were going to re-sub Gridman. Someone didn't even work for Mill Creek. That just... Fuck. Okay, what actually happened... The Tsuburaya gave Mill Creek the Toku HD sub, so it's Tsuburaya's fault the Blu-ray reuses. Like, I wish someone, like... Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Keith Eichen does technically work for Mill Creek, but he's primarily the editor for Sci-Fi Japan. Oh, okay, he's the fellow that made the comment. That, I was about to say, that name seems very familiar. Like, I remember that. I couldn't remember the exact name, but when you put that in there, okay. What was false advertising was the quality box says 1080p. It's actually 1080i. It definitely is, though, like, immensely better than the shit that we had before. Because on YouTube and even on Toku HD, like, just garbage. Like, legitimately garbage looking. So... I'm just happy that it's in better quality at least. Man. All right. Okay, well, part of me is almost like maybe we should just talk and not even, like, I don't know, I'm just starting to get out of it. I was told by Kaiju no Kami that it was most likely typos. Oh, you mean like like what's written on it about being 1080p for 1080i. Man, that really sucks. Anyway, let me see. Alright, so that's not the right one. Is this it? Okay, well. Anyway. You know, to be fair, I don't even really know if I have, like... I'm really not sure if I have, like, the room to do this. Like, this camera is actually really not in a good setup for what I was probably planning on doing. Yeah, I guess I'll just figure it out as I go. I need to like make something so that I can hold the camera like above, um, more above, because it's on. I've got my little tripod here, but like I just don't have like a good. I don't know. I could do it from the side. Maybe that's what I'll do. It's another point. I believe I heard Tokuichi lost the rights to Kamen Rider and will lose the Ultraman rights to. Well, not much. Nothing much of quality lost there, as far as I can tell. Unless like one of those other series have like better subs than Gridman did. It just sucks that like I don't know. It's you know. Ugh. A little tickle in my throat. It just sucks because like I just don't have that many places to watch Toku. Like it doesn't really matter too much to me though, because I feel like most of the like Amazon Prime Video just sucks in general anyway. The amount of money you have to pay like the fact that like the Toku HD stuff, you not only have to pay for Prime, but then that's like an additional like $3 a month to use Toku HD or whatever. Like I think that's bullshit. Shaft Factory has the rights to Rider and licenses it out. Yeah, you know, Rider really needs to get on its on the game about like actually getting stuff out for worldwide watch and stuff. God, okay. I really like that. God, no, hope I'm not coming down with anything. Alright, so as I was saying before, it's going to be like a probably long-running series of me attempting to make an enormous Kaiju cosplay. So the whole idea is that I'm going to have different parts of this recorded and eventually put this all up into a giant compilation video slash tutorial. Okay. I think I'm still alive. Okay. That's not good. Of course, not like I'm not gonna be able to do like everything on this on the streams. There's definitely different parts I'm gonna have to like record off screen and everything, like depending on how I paint this whole thing and everything. But I want to get most of this stuff like on stream and just like keep me on some type of schedule. I don't know how many times I'm going to actually do these streams or how regularly, especially since holiday season's coming in, like most people's jobs. My job is going to be very demanding during Christmas, Thanksgiving time and everything. So hopefully I'll get a few of these streams done before that, and then like maybe during right after in January and the spring, I'll just like try to crank out a bunch of live streams for this, because like I have a lot of more stuff. I have a lot of stuff to do with this, and still trying to work on stuff for the channel in general. So this is going to be just really giant uphill battle. Sandpaper, yes, boats can fly. I do need to sandpaper. I was made to believe that you would be wearing the costume on stream. I definitely will be, but not in this one. Hopefully I will be once it's all done, but I am absolutely not even close to finishing having any of this stuff done. I've got, as of right now, I have both of the hands finished right now, or I don't know, like I might try like a different, I don't know, I might do this again. But as far as it goes, like I have the other glove downstairs, but I've got like the hands made. I've started working on the forearms that go with this, and I have, again, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to redo this because, like, it just depends on how this is gonna fit. But I've made like the upper arm piece on here. So I meant to have that up. I meant to have like a picture of him up on stream, but basically like the upper arm bits for him. The vinyl toy for some reason is like all of his white parts are silver, but as from like every picture I can gather, it's supposed to be like white in those sections. So I basically have worked and made like that kind of like accordion shape sort of thing for his upper arms. I've got the clawed hands done. And again, like, I've been reconsidering, like, retrying them. There's not really, like... They have, like, some details on them, but they're not, like... This is, like, good enough, I feel, for that. And I've been working on the forearms. Now, this was, like... Not the exact version that I had, because it's, like, one of the prototype ones. That I was working on. I had to like redo this like 17 times, but this is what I have right now. It is a combination of that hard EVA foam and foam clay. So where's my little box? FOMO. This is a slightly, like, there's like a cheaper version of this stuff that you can get like at Michael's and stuff like that, which I did have. But this is like a, was like an older one I had bought a long time ago. And like the coloration like matches pretty close to the foam already. I just decided to use it since I hadn't really used it for the longest time. But basically, once it dries out, it has like the same consistency and lightness as like the regular hard foam, like gym mats and stuff that you can buy at like Michael's, Joann's, and everything. I realized though, after I had already put a bunch of this on here, that I didn't have to put this foam at least on this part, and I probably could have saved that, at least a good chunk of this. But the idea was like I wanted to like put this down, sandpaper it, smooth it down, and then make it look really nice as like one solid object instead of like the just sandpapering the EVA foam, because like some of the shapes on him are very... They're not like an easy, like, cut-outable shape. There's like some definitely rounded parts on him, and it would be hard for EVA foam. And like it's been something I've been struggling with figuring out like what I want to do for the main body, because the shapes are so... not like... They're not like an easy... cut a couple straight lines or anything like on it. There's definitely like a lot of rounded parts, and for the gauntlets I had wanted to do something extra with them, and I've given up on that because like it was I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I was having like so many problems doing it. It was stopping me from progressing with the cosplay. So I've decided that the fact is this whole cosplay is going to be a lot harder than anything I've ever done project-wise ever. So me being able to get this thing done at all is going to be a miracle in itself. So I'm not going to be worried about making anything extra fancy for it. Just getting the suit done. And now then if I like finish maybe earlier than, you know, like if I get this thing done several months before G-Fest or before whenever I want to go take it out somewhere, maybe I try to do some extra stuff, but as for right now, I'm just going to try to get this, just the main thing done. But yeah, I don't agree with a lot of his opinions. Okay, I'm still gonna watch. Okay, I like that anti-figure. I just wish Good Smile would make more of the kaiju instead of making statues of the waifu characters. You and me both, JF. You and me both. Yeah, the all three of the kaiju figures they put out, I really do like them. I thought I remember, like, maybe in, like, early 2020 or something like that, that they had a picture of a prototype for, like, Mecha Googleus that they were going to put out. And I don't know if that was just one of those, like, they ended up canceling because they just decided not to, or they ended up canceling because of, you know, Corona. So, it does suck because the fact it sucks that they put out 3 and that they didn't do anymore, considering the anime doesn't have that many kaiju designs, so it's not like they'd have to put out like 30 separate toys or whatever, but yeah. Anyway. But yeah, that's what I've been working with this, and I've just been debating because this glove, like for the hands, basically I had like some extra gloves from work. Took some like thin EVA foam and cut out shapes, measured my fingers and everything right sizes, and just cut out a bunch of that foam, put it down as like the little like clawed bits. I really don't know what I was doing with this back piece. I didn't want the glove to just be like glove with just foam on the fingers. Like, I think it looks okay, but like it's like I thought about like building up the glove a little bit more on the back, but then I don't know. I just thought it would look a little weird if it just had the clawed fingers and then the glove. And also, like, even this part, like, I really think this part looks ugly. Like, because it's just the glove with, like, the bits over top of it. And it's not, like, closed in or anything. Like, you can clearly tell that it's just, like, foam on top of something. Like, if I was redoing this, I think I know a couple things I would do a little differently to try to hide that a little bit better. But like wanted to have more flexibility, and then basically everything I put on top of it was black latex. I have some of the, what is it? Like the RD latex monster makers. I was originally originally messed with latex, just like some of the cheap stuff you could buy like Party City or whatever. But that stuff like has a bit of a yellowish tint on it. So, but anyway, black latex on it, and that's what I've been debating for the rest of the costume is, do I want to try to cover it with latex or do something different? And like, I thought about doing at least latex on the forearms, because this is latex, and where would I put it? The upper arm bits are, this is like a soft upholstery foam, and I just cut it. I had one piece, like couple pieces I measured to fit around my arm, and then all of the like individual like ridges were cut from like long strips of foam, and then I cut those in half so they'd have like the pointed bits up or whatever. Then I hot glued that down. And I ended up putting cloth down on top of this. I put some spandex down on top of this, and then I painted it with white latex. And originally I had just put the latex down on the foam. And I think the piece I originally did that with is somewhere over there or whatever, but it ended up showing a lot of the foam underneath, like all the markings where I'd like cut the foam and everything, like it wasn't covering it correctly. So I ended up like talking to a few people, and I got a suggestion about like, hey, how you put about like some cloth down on it. And the only thing I don't like about this is like you can definitely see like some of the folds in here where like it was hard. It was hard for me to like stretch it and get it like to lay perfectly flat on here, but also like it ended up like making the ridges, like it made them more rounded, like it because this is all like definitely pointed, like triangular, and now it's a little bit more rounded, and his, you know, that the shapes on his arms and legs, or whatever, are definitely more triangular, pointed, or whatever. But like, it's one of those like, do I really fucking care to make it like 200% accurate to the thing? Like, part of me does, but like, I don't know. I think this will work, but I just need to. I don't know how well this is going to attach the way I want it to, because my other thing is I want to make this all in pieces, like in certain amounts of pieces. Like there will be certain parts that are going to be connected, but like I want to see about making it into big sections that I can attach and reattach, because I have to drive to G-Fest, and I don't want to have this be in one giant costume. I am willing to rent a small U-Haul trailer if I have to, but if I can actually detach it and put it in whatever SUV or whatever we're renting, I would much rather do that. So I want to see if I can put in pieces or whatever. So I don't know how well that's going to go. I don't know if that's just you know, like an insane task or whatever. But yeah, that's basically what I'm working with. And I've been thinking about like maybe retrying the gloves with not even latex, but trying some other thing that might make it look a little cleaner. But I just don't know about the flexibility, because this has a fair amount of flexibility. It's still like, it still takes a little bit of strength to like actually close my fingers on it. But like I can still move my hands pretty well in this, and that's what I wanted. I wanted like mobility. I don't want to be like completely unable to like rotate and move my arms and legs or whatever. That's why like the white bits, because those are like certain parts like near the joints. That's why I'm definitely making those out of like soft foam, so that I can move around easily. Anyway, I like that anti-figure. My favorite kaiju of Gridman was probably the second. Oh, Deva Dadan. Yeah, he has a really funky design. I like that one. I also wish the kaiju were given names in the show. Yeah, it's a little annoying that like you have to like read them up on the Wikipedia to figure anything out. I almost forgot Quadruple S, Gridman, and Dynazenon collab with Symphogear Reese. I think I saw some of that on Twitter, because I follow like half a dozen Gridman accounts on Twitter. That's cool. I don't know anything about Symphogear much, so, but I think I know, like, I know, like, like, I saw pictures of it, like, with, like, some anime girl stuff or whatever, I think that's what it is. Bad news, though, it's Japan only, and if you try to find footage of the collab, the music is muted. Well, maybe someone will put it somewhere on a different website that maybe I can find. Wink. I don't know if anyone is that dedicated to Gridman, though. Mecha magical girls who fight with music. Ah, okay. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. All right. Man, I really wasn't thinking about like how this setup is, because like, I mean, I get, because like I can't even like start sanding this because this isn't fully dry either. But yeah, this is the idea for the anti cosplay, and I'm hoping that it will get done by, what is G-Fest? When is G-Fest happening? 2022. It's in July, like middle of July. So let me see. I have, September is basically over. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months. 9 months to get this done. Ugh. You know, man, what is it really with like cosplay? Like, I have the problem with procrastination in general, but like I always hear that about cosplayers, like making their stuff till like the night before the convention, and I really didn't want to do that with this thing. It's for a mobile app game that was delisted on American app stores. Why? Why was it delisted? Like, okay, well, I'm not really sure I would care. I really don't like to play mobile games. I really do. I hate even being offered the chance to pay $1 for some extra crap in a game like that. It's like, no thank you. I don't want to. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I already spent enough on Pokemon Go when that came out for like basically nothing. Got me some extra Pokeballs and shit. And anyway, guys, man, I have like accomplished nothing on here. The game also collabed with Godzilla, Gamera, and the Netflix Ultraman anime. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let me explain. The game in question is called Simple Gear. It was a mobile app RPG game. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really... I've seen the name fly around on Twitter, again, like 50,000 times, but I have not really looked into it whatsoever. Yeah. But also collab with Godzilla, Gamera, and Netflix Ultraman. Yeah, I saw they put out a thing for season 2 finally for the Ultraman anime, or I think maybe it had been announced already, but like I think they put out the date for the second season. Still have not watched the first season of that. Just like I haven't watched, like 90% of tokusatsu that's out there. Yeah. Well, let me see if I... Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about the amount of space I have on here, because what I was going to do was at least cut some stuff out on here. But... definitely don't want that. The way that this, my setup is, I don't know if I have an easy way to put the camera and have that like all on screen. How long have I been streaming? It's almost been an hour. Gosh dang. This feels like feels like I did nothing. Except complain about the Gridman Blu-ray release. Yeah, I forgot that was one last thing I meant to do, was like look at the setup here, because I think I need to get something that's more overview. Am I the only one left? I don't know if you're the only one that left, JF, or I don't know. It's showing that there's... My side is saying that there's like a couple people watching. I don't know. But like the number keeps going back and forth, so I didn't know. This was I did not announce this stream as well as I meant to. So hopefully the next time I do this, which I'm hoping to do this in the next couple weeks. I definitely will not be doing it next week. I'll be out of town. But hopefully, like, the week after that, or the week after that, or something, I'll try to do another one. But again, like, my work, unfortunately, has already started calling for overtime for next week. But, like, I don't think it's, like, once we hit, like, Thanksgiving, Black Friday time, then it's basically going to be overtime till Christmas Eve, so I'll still have some time, but like I really need to make better use of my time than I've been doing, because I need to actually put out some videos before the end of the year. I've been trying to work on things a little bit here and there, but there are just some days where I sit down here and I am just feel completely empty, energy-wise, mind-wise, mind empty, no thoughts. Anyway, for anyone who's still in the chat, I appreciate you staying here, watching. Sorry that really nothing has gotten done. You know, I've talked a little bit. And at least explained, you know, the premise of what these live streams are going to be. Yeah, I'm not really sure. When I do this next time, I'm going to actually, I might just, like, make something. I need something that can suspend, like, my camera or something, because I'm using my phone for this camera. Like, I'm using my phone right now to do that, but, like, there's no good distance that I can set this up, because, like, what I want to do is, like, cut foam, and I don't have enough room to do that with this thing set up how it is, and I don't think there's any way I can get it at a good angle in order to view everything. So I didn't think that one through. Next time I'm going to have this set up so it's more aerial, and I'm going to actually get some stuff done. And also, actually, even then, by that point, the other piece should be dry. It definitely will be dry. I don't know, that could just be it. Like, could be making the other one and then sanding that down and then blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was nice seeing you, Professor. Oh, thank you. It's nice seeing you too, JF. By the way, if you thought the XD was an emoji, it wasn't. Symphogear XD is the actual name of the... Oh. No idea. Okay. Alright. I thought that was... I thought you were just putting XD in there a bunch. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because Symphogear is, I'm assuming, like, a long-running, or a series, so XD is, like, that version of it. Yeah, guys, so, I hope you enjoy this relaxing and very, very informative, cosplay stream, in which no cosplaying was actually done. I showed off cosplay, so can't say that there wasn't any cosplay to be, you know, seen. But I talked about how much I hated the Blu-ray release of Gridman, and then found out that the information that I thought existed about it was inaccurate. So that's good, because I didn't know that. And that's what happens when things get spread around, like on Twitter, without any fact-checking. So many people were saying that that's how it was, and I just assumed that's how it was. And I never saw anyone say any debunking about it. I just saw everyone agreeing with the fact that that was the way it was. I think maybe I did see maybe someone say something about, like, did they actually promise? But, like, I don't remember if I saw anyone saying 100% sure that this was false information. I just saw constantly, like, here's a screenshot, here's a screenshot. I'm like, okay, that must be, you know, real, because it looks like some guy who works for whatever. Whatever. If it has only 5 seasons, Symphogear, G, GX, AXZ, and finally XV. Those are some very random letter combinations. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know much about Symphogear, but if it's anime girls using music to, like, fight save the world, that sounds... I don't know. Sounds like a very anime-esque concept. Anyway, guys, I am extremely tired. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't actually get any cosplay stuff done on stream. But to anyone who was watching and been on here, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for staying by. Hopefully, in the near future, more content will be put out. I have been working little by little on certain things. I'm just trying not to pressure myself too much on stuff, because that's what happened with me before, I always like get in a weird mindset, and then I kind of like burn out a little bit. So I'm trying to take things easy, put some stuff out, do some live streams in the next few months, unless work goes into overdrive. But anyway, see you, Professor. See you, JF. And see everyone who's been watching at home. I'll see you